Welcome to this new episode. We're going to the Bonavista Peninsula for a few days, as there are some amazing things to visit in that area. Leaving Eastport, we went through the hilly Terra Nova National Park. Our tight schedule didn't include it this time around, but we will be back later on. Arriving at the Elliston Municipal RV Park, we have a view of the ocean from our site. It only has water and electrical with no sewage at the campground. Dump station is available in Bonavista for a small fee. Also, there is a waterboarding advisory, so come in with a full tank of fresh water and you'll be fine. The great thing about Elliston is being close to one of the many Atlantic Puffin Birds viewpoint. The Atlantic Puffins are beautiful birds, and they have a couple of nicknames. One is the Sea Parrot, and the other Clown of the Sea due to their bright beak colors and clumsiness. Carolyn was lucky and got some great pictures on our first day. She also noticed a couple of root cellars door nearby, and Elliston is the world capital with over 130 of them, and half are still in use today. They are a traditional food storage system to keep things cool in the summer and avoid freezing in the winter, mostly for root vegetable. That's the name, root cellar. On day one, we went to the nice little town of Bonavista. It has a population of about 3,000 people, where it was first discovered in 1497 by the Italian Giovanni Cabot, or John Cabot, on a ship called Mathew, commissioned by England. Bonavista are Italian words, meaning happy sight in English. Makes sense when it was first discovered by an Italian. In the late 1800s, the town was a major commercial center with fishing as its primary resource. Today, there are still a few reconstructed or preserved buildings of that era in the town. As such, we visited the Mockbeggar Fish Plantation. The plantation was restored to a 1939 capsule timeline, when the prominent statesman Frederick Gordon Bradley lived there. He was instrumental in Newfoundland and Labrador joining Canada as a province in 1949. The plantation sitting right on the cove and had a few buildings. While inside, it was interesting to see the early versions of our many appliances and furniture being presented in a restored house. Next, we stopped at the Mathew Legacy Museum. The Mathew was John Cabot's ship name for when he discovered Bonavista in 1497. For the 500th year anniversary in 1997, a full-size replica was built and is presented at the museum. Nice little museum referencing that period. Last item on the agenda for the day, we went to the Ryan premises, a National Historic Site. The Ryan family was a very prosperous family and managed many large-scale merchant businesses where you can learn everything on the way to fish, prepare, store, and sell codfish. It also has the Bonavista Museum with a few hundred artifacts from the past. This is a nice museum to visit and with a ton of great information. With all these museums, it was time for food and beer, and Bonavista Brewery on Church Street delivered a great pizza and beers. On day 2, we hiked on one of the best Canadian trails, the 5.3 kilometer moderate Skerwink that follows the edge of a very high cliff. The views were to die for. I mean, it was almost like a movie set and is rated in the top 35 trails in North America and Europe. Even with the fog, it added a mystic element that made it even better. On the other side of the cliff edge, you have a perfect view of the town of Trinity nestled in a quiet cove. If in the area, that trail is an absolute must-do. Our next planned activity was to visit the town of Trinity, a very well maintained town with its many houses, having different colors, and where 5 or 6 were reconstructed as part of a citywide museum, all within walking distance. Most of those buildings were part of the Ryan's family business empire until 1952, as Trinity was also a main fishing and mercantile center. On day 3, while staying near the Puffin sites, we had to visit them again, and this time we had some great additional shots. Very beautiful birds. We also revisited the nearby root cellars. Very cool. Later on the day, we toured a few of the many UNESCO geological sites in Newfoundland, and that was a neat discovery. The first one was in Black Bay and called Ripples, as it looks like wave carved on rocks. Second, in Duntara, the Mudcracks, and they look like big chunks of stone sliding towards the ocean. Third, we stopped in Keels, where our friends Michael and Lisa have a property and upgrading it to a dream house. Looking forward to seeing it. Also in Keels are the Devil's Footprints, where some of the rocks bear some sort of hoof-shaped cavities. And finally, Tickle Cove, sea arches carved out from the sea. Day 4, last full day in the area, we visited the Cape Bonavista Lighthouse, built in 1843. Although it was very foggy, it was cool to hear the foghorn. The lighthouse design is pretty cool. It has a house surrounding it. And nearby, once again a bunch of puffins on their own island. Next up was the Dungeons Provincial Park, where it is a massive hole in the ground carved out from the sea. Very neat to see, but the road to get there are real nasty. Overall, it was worth seeing it. We ended the day with another geological feature, the Spillars Cove Chimney. Although we got lost by taking a side trail, arriving from the other side offered an amazing view of the coast with a chimney nearby. The ground in that area is very spongy and boggy once off the trail. Be careful and don't get too close to the edges, as the overhang may not be that stable. The 150 feet tall chimney is really remarkable, thin and long jutting out of the ocean below. Was worth the detour for a few great pictures. That's a wrap on this busy episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in St. John's, the capital, and the Burin Peninsula. See you soon.